The late 19th century. An ancient island nation stirs. Japan, once a land of samurai and shoguns, embraces modernization. They build. They train. They have an ambition that burns with the heat of 1,000 suns. Their goal to become a dominant naval power. The world watches with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. This new Japan, hungry for recognition and power, begins to flex its muscles. The Imperial Japanese Navy, once a fledgling force, transforms into a formidable fleet. It is a modern armada, equipped with the most advanced warships and weaponry. Their moment of testing arrives sooner than expected. In 1904, war erupts with Russia. The prize? Dominance in the Pacific. This conflict would become a crucible, forging the spirit of the Imperial Japanese Navy. Their victories would echo through the halls of history, a testament to their growing might. The year is 1905. The world watches as two naval titans clash. The Russo-Japanese War reaches its crescendo in the Tsushima Strait. It's a battle that will determine the fate of empires. The Imperial Japanese Navy, led by the brilliant Admiral Togo Heihachiro, faces a formidable Russian fleet. The stakes are higher than ever before. Defeat is unthinkable. Victory would cement Japan's place as a major naval power. The battle is fierce, a maelstrom of steel and fire. Japanese battleships, faster and more maneuverable, rain down a devastating barrage on the Russian fleet. The pride of the Russian Navy, the Baltic Fleet, is decimated. Tsushima sends shockwaves throughout the world. Japan, the once underestimated island nation, has humbled a European giant. It's a victory that resonates through the decades. It establishes Japan as a force to be reckoned with, a major player on the world stage. The years following Tsushima are a time of expansion and ambition for Japan. The Imperial Japanese Navy continues its relentless growth, fueled by the fires of nationalism and militarism. From the shipyards of Japan emerges a new symbol of their ambition. The Yamato, a behemoth of steel and firepower, the largest battleship the world had ever seen. This floating fortress, armed with massive 18.1-inch guns, embodies Japan's unwavering pursuit of naval dominance. The Yamato, along with its sister ship, the Musashi, becomes a symbol of national pride. These engineering marvels are more than just warships. They are tangible representations of Japan's dreams of empire. December 7, 1941. A date etched in infamy. The world watches in disbelief as the unthinkable unfolds. The Imperial Japanese Navy launches a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, the U.S. Pacific Fleet's base in Hawaii. Japanese aircraft launched from 6 carriers descend upon the unsuspecting American fleet. Battleships explode and sink. Airfields are reduced to rubble. The attack is a devastating blow to the United States, a nation caught off guard. The attack on Pearl Harbor plunges the United States into World War II. It's a calculated gamble by Japan, a desperate attempt to cripple the American fleet and secure their dominance in the Pacific. Section 5. The Rising Sun at its Zenith. In the wake of Pearl Harbor, the Imperial Japanese Navy rides a wave of seemingly unstoppable success. They sweep across Southeast Asia, conquering territories and expanding their empire. The Philippines, Singapore, the Dutch East Indies, all fall under their control. The rising sun flag flies over vast swaths of the Pacific. Japan's dream of a greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere, a region under their dominion, seems within reach. But their rapid expansion has stretched their resources thin. They've awakened a sleeping giant. The United States, fueled by rage and a thirst for vengeance, is mobilizing its industrial might. A clash of titans is inevitable. Section 6. Midway, the tide turns. June 1942, the Central Pacific. A critical battle looms. The Battle of Midway will prove to be a turning point in the Pacific War. It pits the pride of the Imperial Japanese Navy against a determined American fleet, eager to avenge Pearl Harbor. The Japanese plan is audacious, aimed at crushing the remnants of the American carrier force. They believe they have the upper hand, but the Americans have a secret weapon, codebreakers who have cracked the Japanese naval code. They know the enemy's plans. The battle is a disaster for Japan. 4 of their precious aircraft carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, and Hiryu, are sunk, crippling their offensive capabilities. It's a loss from which the Imperial Japanese Navy will never fully recover. Midway marks the beginning of the end for the Imperial Japanese Navy. Their aura of invincibility is shattered. The tide of war has turned. Section 7. Twilight of the Gods, Kamikazes and Surrender. As the war grinds on, the once mighty Imperial Japanese Navy is a shadow of its former self. American industrial might begins to tell. Japanese ships are sunk, their experienced pilots dwindling in number. Facing inevitable defeat, Japan resorts to desperate measures. The kamikaze, a chilling tactic of suicide attacks, emerges. Young men, their planes laden with explosives, fly on one-way missions, crashing into American ships. These acts of desperation, while inflicting losses, cannot stem the tide. The war culminates in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. On September 2, 1945, Japan formally surrenders aboard the USS Missouri. The once proud Imperial Japanese Navy ceases to exist. Section 8. Echoes of Ambition, Lessons from the Deep. The story of the Imperial Japanese Navy is a cautionary tale of ambition and hubris. It's a reminder that even the mightiest of empires can crumble. Their rapid rise and devastating fall serve as a stark reminder of the fickle nature of power. The wrecks of their once mighty warships, now silent tombs on the ocean floor, stand as silent witnesses to the human cost of conflict. The echoes of their ambition, however, still resonate today. The lessons of history are often painful, but they are essential. The rise and fall of the Imperial Japanese Navy remind us of the importance of diplomacy, the dangers of unchecked ambition, and the enduring human cost of war.